Hi, you guys. Welcome live on YouTube and on Instagram. And I'm jumping on here because I want to share something really, really important that has been affecting that thing which I realized, which I want to share with you today, has affected my spiritual business since the beginning of this year. This is where I realized that, and I want to give you kind of the pinnacle of what was the difference, like what have changed in my business to see the changes, to see it, to make it happen in my business financially, success wise, in comparison to what I was doing before, which was not working. And many of you might relate to that because you might be going through the very same disappointments, that you believe that you're a good person, that you're a great coach, healer, um, light worker, whatever you do, that you kind of like, that you're good at it, and you just don't see the rewards for it in your business. Like, you're putting in so much effort, to attract clients, to bring out the best services, to deliver, over deliver, and yet still you might see only peanuts coming in into your business, and this might cause a lot of disappointment. Let's just be honest, frustration, a lot of those kind of thinking, I like, what's wrong, I shouldn't be doing this, like, why can it just not happen for me finally, all those things. And even though this kind of thinking is not helpful and it's actually damaging and it's creating the opposite effect, I want to give you a little help when you're going through some of that stuff, right? Because it's not like 24/7, it doesn't take weeks or months. You might feel the frustration, but I want to focus your attention right now into the point where, and you just find your own point in it, right? Like when you just had a launch, maybe, and maybe that's the moment. It's a moment, right? It's not like a longer period of time. It's a moment. In that moment where it hits you that you didn't make the sale, might be after a sales call right away, might not be even right after, it might be a couple of moments afterwards. Like, at first you're telling yourself like, oh, all is good, it was just like, I served this person, I helped them a lot. And maybe aftermath of that call, in the middle of the night, or like you just about to go to sleep, and that nagging thought comes to you, where you go into, literally sinking into your old patterns, into your old ways of thinking, and you go into like, oh shit, it didn't work out again, why? And you start questioning it, and you start nagging on yourself, literally asking why it didn't work out, why this client didn't sign up, why this launch flopped, why this particular program didn't sell, why this offer didn't take up off. And it might be kind of like, might be any moment basically afterwards. It doesn't have to be right away, but for me, how it usually happened was, I would be trying, to stay positive and kind of like, finding the silver lining in it, like, what's the lesson, la, 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 all those things. And even though I did my best efforts to kind of keep up with the vibration, like be still positive and upbeat and all of that, at some point, and it could have been, days after, maybe when I was even shopping for groceries, and I realized, like, well, my money is decreasing in the bank account, or I don't even have enough money to buy what I want. Of course, that can happen as well. And then was just like nagging on me, like it would get to me, right? At some point, basically, after that perceived lack of success, it would just dawn on me that, what, like, this doesn't make sense, or it's not worth doing anymore. Sort of some kind of thinking like this. And I want you to, maybe right now you don't remember that moment when it happened last time, but for next time, when you're going through something like that, I want you to really, really pause in that moment, because this is your breaking point. And this is This is the moment where you truly need to like bring your best weapons to not give into that moment. It just happened to me as well. I realized that there is this breaking point after, maybe you had a workshop, maybe you had like a webinar and you gave your offer, and then you closed the workshop and there was nothing, right? It was like silence. And then for a bit you were still positive and hopeful, but then the hope deflates, right? That is the moment. That is the very moment where you need to see it for what it is. Because that moment is a breaking point. That moment is your opportunity to turn your business around. You have a small window, small window of opportunity to turn it around. And the default, the automatic response might be one of, "Ugh, it didn't happen again." And you go into the hole, right? Like you just head first skydiving. Now, in this very moment, I want you to remember that you own it to you. You own it to you for all the effort, energy, investments you made into your business, into your growth, into your expansion. This is the moment where you want to stay where you are. You don't want to plummet. You can't plummet anymore. You can't allow yourself to do that anymore. You literally have to yourself that. It's just an old pattern, a familiar habit to do it. Beat on yourself, feel sorry for yourself, feel bad about yourself, whatever you do, whatever's your favorite thing, we do it usually on autopilot. When you don't, like, I'm gonna explain to you what's gonna happen. When you don't go down, when you just hold it off for a bit longer, just really just for a bit longer, and you find that thing which is a positive thing, which is a good thing out of that conversation you had, out of that course, out of that bravery, even that you went out and put your offer out there. Like, that's brave. If you can find that silver lining, like what's good in it out there, like that's brave. If you can find that silver lining, like what's good in it, oh, at least I did that. At least I went out. I was brave. I created that. I did that. Like I'm so proud of myself. Then you're holding off. When you're holding off for a little while, your vibration starts rising. It is attraction. It is law of attraction. You're attracting better and better, better, better things. I can guarantee you there will be something, like not even something positive, like there will be a sale, but you can't go down. You can't plummet with your thinking, with your moods. You can't take for granted that you don't see the sale. Oh, I'm going down. You have to find the strength inside of you. You have to find the tool. The tool is, I'm going to take the best out of it. I'm going to pick one thing of that sales call, of that workshop I just did, of that launch, which was a great thing. And I'm going to repeat it in my mind. I'm just going to repeat that. I'm so grateful that I did it. I'm so grateful that I'm brave and I managed to kind of like, put myself out there. At least I did that. I did that. And you stay your ground. You don't go down on yourself. Now, this is a truly breaking point where you're either going to see a different result than to the results which you might have seen so far, or the results, which is lack of results. Many of us are really working hard on ourselves to improve, to grow, to um, really expand. But if you are seeing the same result over and over and over in your spiritual business, that means that you're doing the same unworkable thing over and over and over again. And I just helped you to identify that moment, which is the crucial point. Like imagine you're putting so much effort into your business. Let's say you have a launch, you're planning it, you're creating the offer, you're running it, you're inviting people, you're working on it like crazy. There is just like one thing. I know it's lots of expectations and hopes, and everything is just like going. It's really great, really great, really great. And you're closing down and there's nothing. And you believe that you have the right to be disappointed, but you don't. You don't have the right to be disappointed ever again. Not disappointed um, of yourself, not of your work, not of your business, not of your services, your offers, whatever you do. You can't be disappointed anymore. Not with the deeps, like dipping into those depths of despair, wherever you usually go. You want to stay above that. So maybe for the first time when you go through something like this, you only realize that you've done that sometime after. Like you go, oh, I did that again. I just plummeted. I didn't realize that. I was just like down. I beaten up on myself for a couple of days, and you go up and you go like, oh shit, I did that again. Never mind. Maybe for the first time, it's going to be difficult to spot. The moment you spot it, the moment you see it, what you're doing, the moment you see what's happening, how is the energy dragging you down? Not even energy, is the habit, is the learned behavior dragging you down, then you can change it. Then you are a winner. You have to spot it first. So when you spot it first, you congratulate yourself and you go like, oh man, I'm so happy that I can see this now that I do this stupid thing. Well, I'm not gonna do it anymore. And then you do your best to stay above. That's all for today, you guys. Thanks for watching. Join me next time. Click on the link, for more good stuff, or more channels to connect with me and see what I'm planning, what I'm up to. Usually, I'm doing incredible, you know, free stuff, my courses and offers through that link. So let's stay connected. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Take care. Bye, guys.